गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Today is the Teachers' Day, 5th September 2023. My artist wishes for the Happy Teachers' Day. But let us see the definition of teacher as far as Yoga Vasishtha is concerned. Yoga Vasishtha clearly says that your experiences in the life are your own teachers. So your Sadguru is very much sitting in your loving heart. He is your Ishta Devat who is sitting in your loving heart, and he is guiding from within. He is guiding from within, and that's why we are here in the afternoon meeting. And one very auspicious every day afternoon at 2:30 we are meeting here. Through earlier was a Zoom link and now through the YouTube. And we are now reaching to the masses through this YouTube. Already around 124 subscriber there on YouTube, and on an average which has been seen by me are around 25 people are regular listeners to this, maybe online directly or maybe of subsequently YouTube messages. So it's good news, and people are getting benefited. That is what is the purpose of this. And let us come to the main topic, that is the chapter number ninth, which we have started. Very enchanting topic we did yesterday, and today is a even much more better topic which we are going to deal. Second topic. So, what was the story? The story name is the story of Dhamma and others. And it is not only Dhamma, Val, and Kata story. There are further stories also being going to come, and in that stories, what has been told is the message is given in such a way that we will understand very lucidly, very nicely, and it will get percolated in our DNA and our personality will change. So, what is that? What are the story of Dhamma, Vala, and Kata which we have seen yesterday? The mind is reduced from self-confidence to the self-doubt when your ahankar goes up. Moment your ego start going up, maybe by whatever the methods, maybe because of uh, some success in the life or some failure in the life. And Sanskrit, it is very nicely said, Sanshay Atma Vinashyati. The soul which has the doubt, definitely there is a downfall for that soul. So that now we have to see that such soul should not remain, like we should not have a downfall in our life. We have to have always cheerful, blissful, happy, contented, and relaxed and cool personality. But what is happening is this is not possible because we are doubting ourselves, we are doubting the world, we are doubting everyone around us. We start doubting from ourselves only. So what has been told is the discrimination, Vivek should kindle in us, and that Vivek will kindle only when we listen to some scriptural study, like in the afternoon meeting we are doing, which is called as satsang, and we have taken the help of a booklet called as Essence of a Yoga Vasishtha. So we have been profoundly doing this so that this satsang will remove our all wrong notions. What keeps us going for this satsanga? जो गलत धारणा है, the wrong notions which we are built up over the period of time, over the period of life, or over the period of lives. So many lives we have cultivated that. So anything we cultivate, finally it grows the fruits. So we have cultivated that, and how is our behavior? Our behavior is very typical. Angry man is suffocating inside. Why? Because he doesn't have a discrimination. उसको विवेक बुद्धि नहीं, वो विवेक बुद्धि यूज नहीं करना चाहता है, इसलिए वो सफर होता है. We are doing our spiritual practice, and we are not here to improve the world. We are not here to correct the world. We are doing our spiritual practice. That is the purpose. So what others are doing, we are none of the business. So let's say we have around 25 people here. 25 families are attached, and only one each person is listening to this afternoon meeting or YouTube channel, SMB's Jivansa. So what other member there? Let's say 5 members in our family. What other members are doing? We are not supposed to preach them, and we have none other business to them. You listen, you correct yourself. That's all. So we have to live our life, we have to die our death, and we have to carry out own spiritual practice. Nobody can do it for us. So living with understanding is a must. समझदारी से जीना बहुत ही important है. And we have to go through so many things in the life, like we have fear, we have ego, we have lack of self confidence, and this is very much there. We know it. We know kama, krodha, logo, moha, mada, matsar is very much there in everybody. But then you have to counterattack by doing some spiritual sadhana, and that spiritual sadhana is very simple. Just attend the afternoon meeting, nothing more than that. कुछ भी नहीं करना है, उतना कर लो, you will be always happy, contented, blissful, cheerful, over and above relaxed and cool. If you do this, you made the day. इतनी सिंपल साधना बताइए क्या करना है. You have to become only a listener. Moment you become a listener, your understanding will go up. Moment your understanding will go up, your personality will change, and moment your personality changes, naturally your fear, ego as well as desire will go down, and you will be going very close to the divinity, and you will be always happy. So there is not such a single thing in the world which has the permanent solution, and there is not a single thing in the absolute bliss which has a problem. In absolute bliss, there is no problem because it is always Chidakas. It is a solid conscious existence. Whereas in the world, it is always Bhutakash. There is always a problem somewhere or other. You cannot solve all the problems of the world uh, simultaneously. That's why one short video of 20 seconds I put up key. Problem is there in the life, enjoy, nothing wrong. It will just to go remain because everything will not happen as per your mind. So this ego is created because of the success and failure, and not only that, we give the importance to it. उसको महत्व अपन देते हैं. अरे होता है तो होने दो. भगवत गीता से सुख दुखे समय कृत्वा लाभा लाभो जया जयो. So you have to maintain the equanimity. If you maintain the equanimity, nothing is going to trouble you. So effect cannot question the cause. एक effect हो गया तो it cannot question the cause. It is definitely going to say how this is there and why we can discuss. Therefore, we are born as a single, but due to ahankar, we get multiplied. We get go to the upadhis. So what are the upadhis? Let's say if I am a lady, then I'll say I am a mother, I am a daughter-in-law, I am like all the characters which the female can carry, all the characters they will carry. If I am a male member, then I'll say I am a father, I am a son, I am a brother, and likewise. Okay, this is based on gender. Now let us see something based on our attachment to the world. What is that? I am from Nagpur. So then that is again one more character. Actually, I am single only, but then I am multiplying. I am from Nagpur. I am from Mumbai. I am a child. I am a youth. I am the old. This is my property. That is their property. So all I, and this creates the ahankar. So how to go ahead and have a thought-free I? Paramatma is vritti rahat aham. So always think about the divinity. If you think about the divinity, naturally you will always remain in that one which is transcendent and one without second. So like how space is direction free emptiness. In space, when you talk about the space, when you divide the space into east, west, north, south, or top, up and down, then only you have a problem because then you have divided the space. But if you say no, space is direction free emptiness. That means there are no division, there is no aham, there is no idam. So even though I versus you is there, it does not create a problem. Like this is my left hand, this is my right hand. These two hands will never create a problem to each other because I know both these hand knows that. Let us clap the hands and say it is namaskar. It is both the hand belongs to me. ये दोनों हाथ मेरे ही है तो अहंकार कहाँ से आएगा? When left hand cannot fight with the right hand because they know they are the part of the same body. So moment you know in the world that you are the part of the same divinity, you can't fight. So, like limbs up to the body, whole body is limbs to that Mahatma. So, I am the supreme self, never corrupted. Never you need a reminder that your left hand and right hand are your hard hands only. It is automatic. So, that is which is beyond the birth and death. That is infinity, and infinity has no beginning. It has no beginning. That experience is our own essential nature. So, it has no modifications. It has no modification. What are the modifications happen in life? Waking, dream, deep sleep, and samadhi. Whether I am in waking state, deep sleep, dream, or deep sleep, anything comes because. But I am always present. I am always present. Recognize this truth, and when the desire comes, likes and desire, dislike us naturally is going to come. But there is no logic behind that, because the moment I say based on the color, I like yellow color. Somebody will say I like pink color. Somebody will say I like black color. Somebody will say I like blue color. There is no logic behind this liking. So similarly, when you go into the duality, there is no logic. You keep on suffering because of that. So incompleteness is introduced because of the time, space, and object. Time, space, and object introduce that. And satsang listening, maybe for 30 minutes, maybe for 60 minutes. What happens is, if you are really listening and if you really start liking, if we are doing this after reading for 30 minutes, you may feel, Array, how fast it has been vanished the time. Just within 1 minute that 30 minutes goes. And whereas somebody is really boring, if you go for some program, satsang program or this thing, and if it's boring, you keep on seeing the watch. It is only 2 minutes, it is 5 minutes only. And he has to now kill the time of 1 hour because that program is caught, he cannot run away from there. So time is a very relative thing. And if you really like the things, then even whole the days will zoop like that. Otherwise, if you don't like, if it's a boring thing, even 2 minutes will be very horrible for such persons. So what has to be done? If you really is doing the spirituality, and if you are really not struggling for meditation, you will be always happy. Not struggling for meditation, not struggling for doing sadhana. Don't follow like अरे मुझे ये करना ही है. I want to do this so much jab, I want to do this puja, I want to do this. Okay, you try your best, but if it is not possible, okay, God's wish, Hari Ichha. And if it really happens, it is Hari Krupa. So we don't become divine, we are divine. अपन divine ही है. अप्राप्तस्य प्राप्ति. We are already divine, we are divine. So why worry? There is no need to worry. We are in India is known to us. So where is the question of requiring passport for India? Staying in India, and if you are Indian, there is no passport required for India. Similarly, when you are divine, where is the need for becoming the illumined soul? You are already illumined. आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. Only attend the afternoon meeting. That's all. So now we are going to see there are three kinds of ahankar. Yesterday we have seen Dhamma, Vyala, and Kataka. When Brahmaji told these devatas, ki, listen, you make them win the war and again go and ditch them, again win the war, again ditch them. What has happened is because of that their ego has gone up, and because their ego has gone, fear has also gone up. Because of ego goes up, fear goes up. They ran away and they went into the Netherlands. Netherlands में जाके भाग गए, पाताल लोक में चले गए, भाग गए. And their owner Shamrashur was very much disturbed. What has happened to this my three illusionary figures which I created? Dhamma, Vyala, Katak. How can they run? Even though they had such a strength and they have such a descent. But now, second topic which is going to tell us is why they are run away is Ahankar Trivida. Today's topic is going to start now, which is a very important topic. Up till now, we have only given the introductory part of this, and that's what we have seen. There is no need of struggle in the meditation. There is no need of doing something or otherwise. It's only listening, because nothing to gain and nothing to lose in this life. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Nowhere to go and nowhere to come from anywhere. So, because it is your divine nature, it is very much inside you, and rather you are only that. So now let us know what are the three egos and how can we really overcome all these three egos. Not only one, we have to overcome all the three egos. We'll start that from the shloka number 16. अहंकार त्रिविधः. टॉपिक 2. इदं मे स्यात् इदं मे स्यात् इति बुद्धि कदाचन स्वेन दौर्भाग्यदयनेन न भस्माप्युत्पत्ति प्रतिष्ठति. Now this is very profound shloka, and in fact such a slap has been given by Vasishtha Rishi on our face that we cannot forget this slap forever. इन्होंने एक थप्पड़ अपने गाल पे इतने जोर से लगाई है कि अपन ये भूल नहीं सकते, क्योंकि बहुत ही जोरदार थप्पड़ लगाई. क्या थप्पड़ लगाई? ऑफ द इंटेलेक्ट विच व्हील्स, जो अपने आप को बड़ा होशियार समझता है, उसको थप्पड़ लगाई. क्या लगाई? लेट दिस बी मी, लेट दिस बी माइन. ये मैं हूं और ये मेरा है. बिकॉज ऑफ इट डिजेक्शंस ड्यू टू मिसफॉर्च्यून. ये मिसफॉर्च्यून हो गई, ये डिजेक्शन हो गया, मिसफॉर्च्यून. दौर्भाग्य दैनेन, दो शब्द यूज किए. दौर्भाग्य तुम्हारा नसीब खराब है, दैनेन दयनीय अवस्था हो गई है. नॉट इवन एश फॉल्स टू इट्स शेयर एट एनी टाइम. उसको इवन एशेज भी नहीं मिलती है। जो ऐसा आदमी मेरा 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 करता है तो उसको जीवन में एशेज भी नहीं मिलती। इतना एकदम बहुत ही जोरदार चपराक वशिष्ठ ऋषि अपने इनको लगा रहे हैं। किसको लगा रहे हैं? सब साधकों को लगा रहे हैं, इंक्लूडिंग राम। सो नाउ व्हाट इज से सब्सिक्वेंटली, व्यक्ति नित्यमुदारात्मा त्रैलोक्यमपि यत् शृणुन् तं तज्जनायापदं सर्वा सर्पे इव जरत्वचम्. All adversities, sorry, all adversities leave that noble-minded person, whoever regards even the three worlds as straw, just as the serpent abandons the old skin. So now there are two examples are given. If he is a wise man, even all the adversities comes in his life. बहुत सारी दुर्घटना आती है, बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स उसके लाइफ में आते हैं, पर वो नोबल माइंडेड पर्सन है, नोबल माइंडेड पर्सन है, तो क्या वो तीनों जगत के को एकदम वो स्ट्रॉ के समान है ना, वर्थलेस के समान ड्रॉप कर देता है. जस्ट लाइक सर्पेंट्स, when the serpents really grow up, they leave their abandon the old skin, वो अपना पुराना स्किन छोड़ देते और फिर नया शाइनिंग स्किन उनकी स्किन में आता है. So this example is given by the noble-minded man, and how this noble-minded man really happens as a noble-minded man, that we are going to see in further shlokas. Apada sampada sarva sarvatra nadaro jaya. To such a person, all misfortune becomes the riches, and everywhere disregard becomes the victory. अब ये नोबल माइंडेड आदमी जो है, जिसका माइंड अच्छा हो गया, तो पर्सन whose mind has become very nice, his mind has become very subtle, his mind is going very close to the divinity, his mind is always happy, cheerful, blissful, contented, and more relaxed and cool under all the situations, whether it is apada or whether it is a sampada. Sarva sarvatra anadara jaya. So what is that? If his all misfortune comes, what he does is he converts all misfortunes into riches. उसको समझो कोई लोगों ने अपमान किया तो बोलेगा अरे यार गुड, people have scolded me, I am happy person, because why these people have scolded me? Because of the two reasons. One is I am having the Dehatma Bhav, and I know this Deha is of really worthy of scolding, because there are a lot of bad things in this Deha and people are scolding. So good, thanks a lot. Thanks for scolding me, and this body is bad. And secondly, why second time people are scolding me? Because they love me so much, they don't find any difference between them and me. वो उनमें और अपने, तो वो अपने देह को जैसे अपने जैसी खुद को गाली मारते हैं वैसे मेरे को गाली मारे, तो उन्होंने खुद को ही गाली मारी. So in both the case, this person becomes a winner. So this misfortune he converts into the riches. So find again now, mind your mind. He is minding his mind. He has converted whole the misfortune towards the benefit, and everywhere disregard becomes victory. जहाँ जहाँ उसका अपमान होता है वहाँ उसका सर्वत्र अनादरो जय. जहाँ जहाँ अनादर हुआ उसको जय करता है. I already told two reasons, because he is not telling those people who are doing a misfortune to him or creating a problem for him. He is himself talking. What he's saying, because all people are scolding me or abusing me, they consider themselves like me only or same only. So naturally they have full rights to do that. Second is because this body I am considering I am. So body is full of lot of filth and all those stuff. So naturally it has to be condemned. So good. So what they are doing is correct. They are telling the truth. They are not lying. And likewise, this wise man controls his ego. Moment he controls ego, he will be the winner. Now next sloka 18. Ahankar bhavo ankruto jadma vrukshana akshayatmanam me medamiti tvistarnam tesham shaka sahasrasha trivido ragavastrihi soha ahankara jagatri. So now egoistism is a sprout of tree of birth which is un- undecaying by nature. Their branches are spread by thousands in the form of this is mine, Raghava. That egoism is of the three kinds of this. This is of the in this triple world. So now Vashishtha Rishi is telling Rama, this ego, which we are calling egotism, is a sprout of trees of birth, which is undecaying by nature. ये ego बढ़ने लगा है तो undecaying है, वो खत्म ही नहीं होता. अक्षय आत्मनम, अक्षय means जिसका क्षय नहीं होता. It is continuous. Their branches are spread by thousands in the form of thoughts. Vistirna tesha shaka sahasrasha. Their branches are, this is mine. People keep on saying, this is mine, that is yours, this is mine. And then he says, Trivido Ragavastriya Sohankara Jagatriye. Jagatriye means Patal, Bhulok and Akash. All the three jagas. This egotism is there. Not only in the Bhulok. Patal Lok as well as Sarga Lok. It is very much there. And this ego is a killer, and there are three types of ego. Now, mind well, it is very attentive now. What are these three types of ego and how to overcome that? It has been told in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shlokas. Very attentive for next 5 shlokas. It is going to be a turning point for our life. If we really understand what is an ego and how to turn that, now let us see a first ego, which is a really good ego. It has been told in 20th shloka. Aham sarvamidam vishvam परमात्मा अहम अच्युतम नायत अस्याति यो भाव परमासा aham kruti. This is very important ego. What it's saying? I am all this universe. I am the supreme spirit, imperishable. This is there is nothing else. I am only because now he is saying that Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Such a disposition of mind is indeed the highest kind of ego. अगर ईगो रखना ही है तो ऐसा ईगो रखिए. I am the all the thing. I am the Supremo. I am the Rama. I am the Krishna. I am the Ram Krishna. I am the Allah. I am the Mahavir. I am the Buddha. I am the divinity. I am everything in this world. Rather, I is only there. That's what is said. This is the highest ego. So, real spiritual practice is to see that Aham Brahmasmi. We come to know that ultimately we feel superior in this ego, and this ego is the best ego. That's what the author says, Vashishtha Rishi says. Now let us go one step below, that is 21st shloka. Sarvatmadam Vyakti Troham Balakrashata Kalpitam Iti Ya Samvitsvaso Dvitiya Ankruti Shubha. I am the distinct from everything, considered as the 100th part of the point of hair. Now I am catching the hair here. One hair I catch, you cannot see that, and this one hair which I am catching, maybe more hairs are coming in my hand. You cannot see also. Now I caught only one hair. And 100th of the part of this hair. I am so small. 100th of the part of this hair. I am moving one hair, but hundreds of hairs are moving. That 100th of the part of this hair. Such a small thing, such a perception as this is a auspicious ego of the second type. A second type of auspicious ego, that is Jivatma. First was I was considering me myself Paramatma. Now I am considering myself as a Jivatma. This refers to the consciousness of subtle individual soul as distinct from the physical and mental sheet, but making them conscious. This Jivatma I am considering. Now I am considering myself Jivatma. And this is a second type of ego. First was Paramatma, second is Jivatma. Now understand mind well, these are ego. We are defining. We have defined two egos now, and we have to drop all the egos. So first was the Paramatma, Aham Brahmasmi. Second is Aham Jivosmi. Now 22nd shloka. Panipadadi mantroyam aham ittesha nishchitam ahankara tritiyosa laukika tuchcha evasa. Now tuchcha yoga, ahankar is told, tuchcha aham is told. What is that? I am only this, totally this hand, totally this leg, totally these organs, and such a conviction is that called as third kind of ego. This ego is worldly, and this is just contemptible. This has to be condemned. This is tuchya, laukik ego. Iska condemn karna chahiye. So what are the three egos we have seen? One ego is Paramatma, second is Jivatma, and third is Dehatma. We consider ourselves Dehatma. So Dehatma is to be condemnable. Jivatma is little good, but Paramatma is the best. If you really want to hold up the ego, then we keep on saying, really, if you want to know that, then whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, you are divine. आप ही वो divine हो. तो keep Aham Brahmasmi as the highest ego. Now this has been told. Aham Brahmasmi, that is first ego, best ego. Aham Jivosmi, little lower ego, but it is also auspicious ego. And Tuchya ego, which is to be condemned. That is Dehatma Bhav. I am the body. I am none other than the body. If body dies, I dies. That is what is the concept. So last two shloka now, that is beautiful. प्रथमो वहांकारो अंगीकृतति लौकिका तृतीयो अहंकृति इत्याज्या लौकिका दुःखदायिनी. Betake oneself to be the first two of the ego behind. Surpassing the worldly type, that is third type of ego. The worldly type of ego is a giver of sorrow and shall be abandoned. ये जो worldly ego है, मेरा देह है, मेरा हाथ है, मेरा पैर है, ये this is a body for us to do a spiritual practice. We have got, let's say, if you go to kitchen room and there is a oven, so you are not the oven. Oven is for baking the atoms, but you consider yourself oven, so that is bad. This body is meant for you to do the spiritual practice, and that is only the purpose of this body. Don't become so much attached to the body. Somewhere it will hit, somebody it will give joy, and actually it is what fill the what It is full of blood, it has veins, muscles, and all types of solid and liquid filth. So, what is used to praise such a body? There is no point praising such body. It is an instrument. Keep it neat and clean. How to keep this instrument neat and clean? Only one simple formula. All physicians who are listening and will be listening subsequently, they will agree with my statement, because this is a very spiritual statement. Keep your stomach very stable, take nice kind of food, very nice, and see that you have your excretory system at the top of your mind, that so that you have no problems related to gastric and related to the eating of food, and you are taking very nice food intake which is required as far as carbohydrate is concerned, as far as proteins is concerned, as far as vitamins is concerned, and you should get these stools cleaned in one go. If you do that, nobody can trouble your body, and that body will become the instrument to do the spiritual practice, and you will be very happily in a position to do that. So this is what the our guru has also told, and we are really scrupulously following that. We eat such thing which will be really grow us spiritually, and that's why many times it is said ki bhai aar aisa lo waisa lo. There are no restrictions here whether it is a veg or non-veg. We are not talking on that. We are talking about the flushing of all your bad things from body through liquid as well as solid stools which are happening, and keeping your stomach very stable. So what is said very nicely is stomach full and head empty is the spirituality. Itna simple bataya. So let us see the last shloka. What is that? Purvakte chapi tadyajya sarvo ahankara kruti varjita yat tishtati saraya evocha padmarohati dhruvimam atyantam paramam shreya attadeva parampada. Having abandoned even the earlier two types and devote of all egos, whoever exists, he alone reaches the supreme state surely. This alone is the highest position, the absolute and utmost good. So this shloka is very important. Shloka number 24 of chapter number 9. This should write by heart in your heart only, because today is a teacher's day. So what is that? Purvokto chapi tatyajya sarva ahankara varjita ahankruti varjita. All ahankars has to be dropped. Yat tishtati sarayevacha padamarohati druyam. So they can only reach the topmost position. Atyantam paramam shreya. This is only the right thing. Etadeva parampada. So what is the English meaning? Having abandoned even the earlier two types. What is that? Aham brahmasmi or aham jivasmi has to be dropped. Even that has to be dropped along with aham dehosmi. Drop all the things. He alone reaches the supreme state surely. So if you are dropping all these things, what will remain then? Only divinity, divinity, divinity will rule, and that means sense of realization will go off. Sense of otherness and sense of incompleteness in your life will go. All the situation to the noble-minded person or a wise person is always blissful, happy, contented, cheerful, and relaxed and cool. उसके लिए पूरी सब situation अच्छी रहती. He may be scolding someone, but he is doing very happily. He is interacting in the world. He is doing very happily. He is doing some laukik work. He is doing very happily. He is doing religious puja or japa. He is doing very happily. He is also attending the funerals of some people. He is not going to laugh there, but heart in heart knows it is a leela of Leelamai. It is a leela of Srishti Sthiti Pralaya. He knows Brahmaji or Vishnuji or Shivji is always present, and these are all the divine figures of that same Almighty. He knows, so he kept mum. He is rather only laughs inside, and he has always a smita hasya, because he knows he has come only for a pilgrimage here. He has not come to increase one ego like Aham Brahmasmi, increase another ego like Aham Jivasmi because people have said it's good, or drop the ego which is Aham Jivasmi. He drops all the three ego and remains like a child. What is a child? Child doesn't know anything. He only knows his mother. He is only dependent on his mother. So we have to also depend on our mother, that is Mother Universe. And we have to depend only on mother, that is divinity. We have to only remain on our mother, that is cheerfulness. We have to depend only on mother, that is happiness. We have to depend only on mother, that is we. We have to depend only on that Ishtadevat, which is in very much in our heart. We have to depend only on that cause, which only gives us happiness. The cause which has been told in the shloka number 17. Apadam sampadam sarva sarvatra anadarojan. If it is apada, be happy. If it is a sampada, be happy. If everywhere it is your another, everybody is saying he's a useless man. Why to talk to him? Good, happy. Do your contented, go in a small solitude place and remember God. And if you cannot remember God, go and go to sleep. So because your mind is never been troubled. People Once people say he's a bad man, we should not contact him. Good. So we are saved. So Sarvatra Anadaro Jaya. He finds even in the disregard, disrespect, a victory. He becomes victoryful. Nothing can disturb in his mind because he knows how to handle the mind, and that is what is the characteristics, which is been told when we are dropping this through the story of Dhamma and Kata. We are dropping what? We are dropping our all mental impressions, not only good, not only bad. All the mental impressions are dropped, and what is become? Our nature has become like a sky. It has become, it accommodates everything. It accommodates everything. It never reacts to anything. Sky never reacts to anything. It is always blissful. It is always cheerful. It remains in a contented and happy mode always. And what are the four legs of liberation? Tranquility, contentment, holy company, uh, tranquility, contentment, holy company, and inquiry. So this comes under the inquiry. We are doing it, and let us do that happily on the day of Teachers' Day. Teachers' Day, that is 5th September. Let us take the vow that we'll be dropping all these three egos. One is Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Jivasmi, and Aham Devasmi. All the three we have to drop. If we really cannot drop, at least drop Aham Devasmi, at least drop Aham Jivasmi, and remain in Aham Brahmasmi till we can transcend all the three egos and remain one with that Almighty. With this prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramachandra Pranamastu. Submitting the divine fruits to the holy feet of Sri Ramachandra. I am using the word here Sri Ramchandra because of two reasons. One is because we are reading Yoga Vasishtha where these instructions are given to Ram by Vasishtha Rishi because of that. But if your Ishtadevat, if your Ishtadevat is Krishna, if your Ishtadevat is Ramakrishna, if your Ishtadevat is Allah, if your Ishtadevat is maybe Mahavir, you can replace that name because all Ishtadevat are same. Thank you.